So who has the most pull here now? Now, would you say me fine boy Dan or me other fine boy Dave? Well, what do you think makes the most noise, Dan or Dave? Oh, we got a regular Irish challenge, do we now?
We've been pulling this big-time motorsport now for 14 years.
We grew into what we have now is a tractor with 5 engines and two drive trucks.
The famed Walsh brothers pulling team live and work way outside of Milwaukee on the 5,000-acre grain farm, which they co-own with their father and 2 brothers. Here, farming and truck pulling is big business, requiring many long hours of intense, non-stop labor, working on their racing vehicles, as well as tending to their jobs on the farm.
Me and my brother Dan are the ones that runs the machines. Anything that we need for the farm or pulling vehicles, we can make the thing right there in our own shop. Around the farm here, I work the spring months doing the field work and in the shop area, which you're looking at 60 hours a week.
What works good with tractor pulling and farming, during the busy season, usually there's no tractor pull, so we can get our crops planted.
I do all the work on the pulling equipment in the summer. You're still looking at 60, 70, 80 hours a week.
But when the brothers Walsh aren't working hard, they're playing hard at yet another competitive family sport.
Back 10 years ago, when we weren't so busy pulling, we used to go to tournaments, 6-man tournament and 2-man tournaments. We used to travel around at pull tournaments. Then we got busy in tractor pulling.
Now Dave and Dan play just for fun with their other brothers, James and John, who still compete in tournaments. But me boys, what else do you do for fun?
When we're not so busy at the farm, or if I do happen to get a Sunday off or something when we aren't truck pulling, we spend time with the horse. The kids enjoy riding the horse, and I'm there to help them. And that's kind of like our family time.
Okay. Wow! I pull 20 weekends out of the year. There might be times where I'm gone a week or 2 at a time. But when I'm home from pulling, I like to play t-ball with my kids. They enjoy that.
So, who has the most pull here now?
Dan.
Dave. Dan.
Irish Challenger.
Of course, Dave.
I'm staying out of this one.
In the two-wheel drive class, I got a truck, and my brother Dan has a truck.
My brother and I mean, we work together.
I work on his motors.
And I give him ideas.
But when it comes to pulling, we're on our separate tracks.
Oh, who has the most pull here now? Is it Dan or is it Dave?
Both.
In '91, the Walsh brothers were the first pulling team in history to win 2-point titles. Dave with his tractor and Dan with his truck. Their ultimate goal now is to garner a Point Series championship with their tractor and their recently built tool drive. We wish them the best of luck. And now, back to the monster truck action.
Our 4th and final race of round number 2. One of these trucks goes to the semifinals, one goes to the showers. The Barefoot Dodge, Fred Schaefer out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois, the world champion, facing the Kodiak truck, Mark Bendler's truck from Eagle, Wisconsin. Kodiak and Barefoot ready to go at it, with one going to the semis. Mark Bendler is staged. They bring Barefoot up. Wait for the green light, and then it's showtime at the Colorado State Fairgrounds. Barefoot with a great hole shot. He powers out and takes the win easily. Mark Bendler's Kodiak could not keep up with Barefoot. It was as simple as that. He was out-horsepowered. One has to wonder if the altitude we talked about earlier had anything to do with the problem that Mark Bendler seems to be having with Kodiak here. There just doesn't seem to be any power at all there. And this altitude definitely takes its toll on power in those big engines. He can just barely get enough power up to sail across the cars. But it's already too late. The win for the big Barefoot world champion, Fred Schaefer. What a great running truck. Up and over. He is the world champion because he has the right combination of equipment and concentration and, of course, skill. He's been driving a long, long time. So, our semifinal action will pit the world champion Barefoot Dodge against Alan Pizzo's Predator. That should be quite a matchup. And if that wasn't enough, our second round will feature Equalizer against the Gravedigger. Four of the best monster trucks in the world coming up when Monster Wars return.
Gravedigger, can this be our date with destiny or just a mere frolic with fate? Any way you look at it, I'll turn you upside down.
And a big Rocky Mountain high from the crowd here at the Colorado State Fairgrounds. And they have reason to stand up and cheer. It's semifinal action, and we brought it down to the top 4 trucks in the world. David Morris's Equalizer comes into stage right now. And who is he going to face in this semifinal action? None other than Dennis Anderson. Gravedigger fans love this truck. The red headlights are on. Now, both these trucks are very competitive. Average time for Equalizer 5.37 on this course to Gravedigger's 5.46. Yes, that's a little less than a tenth of a second in average time between these two trucks. The Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson with the camera inside. Let's go up and in the cockpit and see what's going on with the big boy from North Carolina.
All right, baby, we got to do it. Because old David, he's going to bury that thing for all it's worth, man.
And I know Dennis Anderson, he'll do the same. We are staged waiting for the green light. Who's going to go to the finals?
Equalizer, step down. The deliverer of devastation has found a new victim. Thought you could outsmart me? Well, as you know, misery loves company.
Who do you think's going to win this matchup, Equalizer or Digger? We'll all know in less than 6 seconds from right now. There they go, side by side. Equalizer has a slight lead, and Digger seems to come from behind. Who won it? I couldn't tell from that perspective. Dennis Anderson, you're up in the cab. You were right there in the front. Who do you think won that race, you or Equalizer?
I don't know. That was tight.
Well, Dennis, we have a camera on the finish line. And the results are clear. The win goes to the Gravedigger. The Equalizer did his very best. David Morris took the Equalizer truck to heights that have probably has never ever been before, but he could not catch the Digger tonight. Equalizer has a whole week to work on those oil pressure problems. Gravedigger has just a few minutes to cool down and get ready for the finals, because Gravedigger goes to the finals. Jim Davidson is standing by with Dennis Anderson.
Dennis, another very close race, and again, this one decided right at the finish line. What's going on out there for you?
Hey, man, I don't know. I tell you, it's been some close racing all night. I wasn't sure if I won or not. I guess I did, because here we are, you know, but I knew Equalizer was going to be tough. You know, he was going to kill this truck for everything it was worth, because I heard a comment earlier in the pit, so I knew that I had to make a real good run and cut a good light. But I tell you the truth, man, when I was flying through the air, Equalizer was right there on my door, you know, so I wasn't sure about it when I hit the ground on the other side.
Now, who's going to face Digger in the finals? Will it be Predator, Alan Pizzo's truck, his average time 5.54 seconds, or the world champion Barefoot, averaging 5.66 on this Colorado track? Predator and Barefoot. One goes to the finals, one goes back in the pits and waits till next week to see what he can do.
Barefoot! Oh, hobble on your way! Because this is your unlucky day. Because I'm famished and you're dead meat!
The trucks are staged for semifinal action. It's Predator and Barefoot. There they go. Predator actually has a hole shot. Barefoot powers up, and there's no doubt about it. Barefoot's going to the finals. He's going to face the Gravedigger.